For over 2 decades, Xterra has brought together some of the world's fittest, toughest, and craftiest endurance athletes for a series of off-road triathlons, races that combine open water swimming, mountain biking, and trail running, and demand skill and tenacity, guile and grit. More than a sport, Xterra is a lifestyle, requiring total commitment from the bold and ambitious warriors who want to test themselves against the elements, the terrain, the conditions, and each other in some of the most spectacular natural settings in all of athletics. In this, the 24th season of Xterra racing, the sport's appeal continues to grow. And as more and more professional athletes are drawn to its unique challenges, the stakes are higher and the victories harder to come by. But it's more than just elite triathletes who live and breathe Xterra. For the thousands of age group competitors, training can become a personal mission, and reaching an Xterra finish line represents a major life accomplishment. This series brings you the stories, the motivations, the frustrations, and the triumphs of the 2019 Xterra World Tour. For episode 6, we head to the Abruzzo region of southern Italy and the beautiful mountain town of Scanno, where among the elite athletes gathered to compete was an Olympic cross-country skier who has also made her mark in summer sports.
My name is Helena Karaskova. I'm 40 years old. I was 2 times on the Winter Olympic Games and I'm coming from Czech Republic. But now I'm a pro triathlete.
Karaskova is part of a successful sports family. Her mother, Helena Karaskova, is the first Czech woman to win an Olympic medal in cross-country skiing, a bronze at the 1972 Winter Games. But Karaskova emphasized experiences, not results, when it came to her daughter's skiing career.
My mother never talking about the Olympic medals, gold, silver or bronze medals, but I really well remember the time when I'm going first time for the Olympic Games in Salt Lake City, and she was almost crying and wished me really good luck and enjoy this time. That is maybe one of the best time that I will have in my life. So I think she was the athlete who want to enjoy the sports, not the winning time.
Karaskova made the Olympics in 2002 and 2006, but stepped away from competitive sports with the arrival of her daughter Maya, now 9 years old.
I finished with the cross-country skiing when my daughter was born, so I was thinking I will not racing more. But my father started to do Xterra. He done a few races, and then he told me, you must try it and you will be good on this. And I say, oh father, I will not swimming, biking and running somewhere. I have fun from this, but finally I tried, and from the first race I really love it.
Karaskova adapted easily to her second sport. The summer training she had done as a skier translated well to the biking and running components of cross triathlon, while the swimming presented more of a challenge.
If you can compare the swimming and the cross-country skiing, both is very technical disciplines. And I think it's really hard to be a good cross-country skier and good swimmer. So this is what is the biggest problem for me in a triathlon.
Not an insurmountable problem, it turns out. Karaskova has won 4 Xterra European Tour titles and continues to excel into her 40s. This season, she's notched a victory at Xterra Denmark and second-place finishes in Greece and at Italy's Lake Garda. But as much as she has enjoyed her own success, 2019 has been especially sweet for Karaskova because she has shared the competitive experience with her family, including her father, Yaroslav, who at 65 is one of the top Xterra athletes in his age group, and Maya, who competed in the kids' triathlon race at Xterra France in July.
I wish my daughter take a part of the sports, but this time when she is 9 is too early talking about it, if she will be a professional athlete or if she will just love the sports. If she can like running, biking, swimming, climbing or other sports. And I think my goal is to show her all of these phases of the sports, and then she can choose what she will like. My feeling when my daughter competing is always that I'm really nervous. So first time last year when she swim in Xterra France, that was crazy stressful for me. I was so happy that was a lot of guards in the water, and also there was one dog guards there, so that was really nice, but I almost want to jump to the water and just swim close to her, but the organizer stopped me.
Xterra Adventures is presented by Tea Tree, eco-minded hair care infused with natural botanicals. Discover the natural magic of Tea Tree. The Maui Visitors and Convention Bureau. Visit gohawaii.com/Maui.
Coming at things with humility and respect opens up experiences. You have to have a level of gratitude for just the natural, awesome wonder of this island that's in the middle of the ocean and the beauty we are able to live among.
At Paul Mitchell, we believe in the beauty of giving back, protecting our forests and waterways, feeding families in need through sustainable community gardens, and ensuring that our products are always cruelty-free. Big or small, there's beauty in making a difference every single day. That's what connects all of us together in a deep, meaningful way. Join us. Live beautifully.
This segment is brought to you by Tea Tree by Paul Mitchell. When she's not fighting her motherly instinct to jump into the water, Karaskova finds herself more relaxed now that her Xterra races are a shared family experience.
Maybe last 5 or 6 years I traveled just with my father, so it was a little bit other kind of enjoying. But now when I have my husband and my daughter around me, I felt much more comfortable, so I really prefer to have both with me. The plans for the future is that this season will be my last season, so I really want to enjoy last few races, and then we thinking about another baby, and I really want to help my daughter and follow her more for the trainings, for the races, because the years before it's always my mother or my husband that follow my daughter for the races, because I always have some training camp or my races, so this is the plan. My expectation here in Scanno is to survive the swim and enjoy the bike and more enjoy the run. But I think this is a science fiction because of the really difficult bike course. There is a very steep uphill and also much more steeper and danger downhill. So I want to stay on my bike. I really wish to don't fall down and have some crash or something like this. And then I wish don't have cramps on the run like I have all races this season.
July 21st was a gorgeous morning, but not everyone was enthused about jumping into chilly Lake Scanno.
For me, when I hear about the non-wetsuit swim, it was like, oh my God. we will swim without the wetsuits and the water is not too much warm, so I didn't want to jump to the cold water without the wetsuit. But finally I think my swim was really good because I swim in a big group of a few girls and few guys, and I did not look too much in front to see the boils. So yeah, this was really good swim for me.
In the men's elite race, Maxime Senet of France was swimming well and would exit the water with a 30-second lead over Ruben Ruzafa, the three-time Xterra world champion from Spain. Ruzafa and Doug Hall of Great Britain came into Transition 1 with a few seconds advantage over Francois Carloni of France, and Filippo Rinaldi, the local favorite, was another 30 seconds back.
I am Filippo Rinaldi, I'm 27 years old, I come from Parma, Italy, and I'm an Xterra triathlete.
Rinaldi has only been competing in Xterra races for a year, but he grew up in a family that excelled in adventure sports.
My family was around motocross. My father was Italian champion, my uncle won the world title, and for me and my brothers, motocross was everything. We wanted to do it as well, but it has been always forbidden because my father said it was too dangerous.
There's a deeper idea of terroir. Terroir is not just dirt, it's also the hands that are touching that dirt. Going back to ancient Hawaiians who brought sugarcane here. We try to pay deference to that through all that we do, making this rum.
This segment is brought to you by Maui Jim Sunglasses. When Rinaldi was 16, he was first introduced to the sport which would one day become his career.
I was already running because I was playing football. My father was cycling, especially during the weekend, and my mother was a swimming coach. So she said, "Why don't you try triathlon?" And I didn't know what it was.
Though he struggled with the swimming technique, Rinaldi found some immediate success in road triathlons, but then took some time off to study physical therapy.
I understood that it was not possible to do both, studying and training in a good way. So I decided to study, to do it as good as I could. And then at the end of 2016, I decided that I wanted to start competing again. And my mother said, "You know that there's a race when you can use the mountain bike instead of the road bike, and you can do trail run instead of running on the asphalt."
Once again, his mother had steered Filippo in the right direction. In April 2017, he did his first cross triathlon and performed so well he was invited to join the Italian national team. He notched his first Xterra victory early this season in Cyprus and finished third in Italy's Lake Garda and in Belgium. Success, he says, that comes from being able to dedicate himself to his craft full time.
I can prepare for the race, and I can take care of my body for the whole week. So I can sleep as long as I need. I can eat good. I can rest when I have to rest. I can do physiotherapy if I need. I can train as long as I need. It's the athlete lifestyle that I like. And this is the reason why it was a dream for me when I could decide to turn pro.
In the race in Scanno, Rinaldi was in 5th position, going into his strongest discipline.
I really like mountain bike. I really prefer it from the road bike. You can make much more difference. The draft is not very important, so if you are strong you can do good, but if you are not, for sure you will lose a lot of time. And so I think it's more interesting for me. It's more triathlon. The bike counts a lot.
In road triathlons, weak bikers can be pulled along by the pack. In Xterra, as Rinaldi discovered on this day, the bike is where you can be exposed if you are not at full fitness.
When I jumped on the bike, I immediately understood that my legs were painful and were not strong. But I said, yeah, okay, let's try anyway. And I did, I think, more than half of the bike course, and thinking that maybe it was gonna go away, but actually it was always worse. I understood that even if I had finished the bike, then the run would have been more like a walk than a run. So I said, today it's nonsense to go on.
A frustrated and disappointed Rinaldi abandoned the race during the bike. But at the front of the race, Ruben Ruzafa's legs were feeling good. The 34-year-old took over the lead from Maxime Sene before the race's longest descent and was pushing hard.
Later in the bike, I think I suffer a lot because it's really steep, with step climbs, step stairs, so my feeling was suffer.
When we founded Paul Mitchell nearly 40 years ago, people would ask, John Paul, why do you want to make hair care products? I tell them, I don't. I want to make super hair care products, but it's more than that. It's hair color that makes you feel like $1,000,000 and passionate people doing what they love. It's giving back, treating the planet kindly, and supporting the professional hairdresser. To me, it's not just about hair care. It's creating something beautiful for all of us.
Coming at things with humility and respect opens up experiences. You have to have a level of gratitude for just the natural, awesome wonder of this island that's in the middle of the ocean and the beauty we are able to live among.
Xterra Adventures is presented by the Hawaiian Islands. Visit gohawaii.com, Hawaii's official tourism site. Xterra, racing and apparel for your active lifestyle. Visit xterraplanet.com. While Ruzafa was suffering, Karaskova was rolling. She had come out of the water in 4th place and then took over the lead early in the mountain bike portion.
On the bike, on the 3K, I got for the leading and never looked back, just try to keep my tempo, and yeah, that's working really well for me. I try to be really safe from the downhill, so maybe I lost some times there, but I really don't want to crash.
Even with her conservative approach to the downhills, Karaskova had a more than 3-minute lead going into the run. Meanwhile, in the men's race, Xavier Deflon of Switzerland turned in the fastest bike split of the day by 3 minutes. With each passing kilometer, he was churning closer and closer to the leader, Ruzafa.
My tactic was to give everything in the climbs, try to rest in the downhills, and as it's climbing a lot, I knew that I could make a lot of differences in the uphills. And then for the run, you never know, it's always a surprise. Will you have good legs or not? And today I felt right from the beginning that I had good legs for running.
His legs were so good that Deflon recorded the fastest run split of the day, 47 minutes and 25 seconds, nearly a minute faster than the second fastest runner, Ruzafa. But the deficit Deflon faced after the swim was too much to overcome. The Spaniard, Ruzafa, hung on to win in 2:52.21, 57 seconds ahead of Deflon.
Until the very end, I push, and I tried to catch Ruben, but Ruben is not anybody in cross triathlon. He's a legend, and I couldn't catch him for a few seconds, but I have to be proud of my performance. Some days you are able to suffer, and you can enjoy to suffer. It might be strange to say that, but other days it's difficult. You just suffer, and today I could really push at the maximum, especially on the bike and on the run.
At the front of the women's race, Karaskova was also suffering.
After the really long bike, it was so less, only to 8 stations. So sometimes it was a really big fight in my head, just to say, okay, keep going, Helena, just a few kilometers and you can drink again. So this was maybe the hardest part of the race.
The sweet taste of victory wasn't far away, and the 40-year-old persevered, crossing the finish line in 3 hours, 24 minutes, and 27 seconds, more than 5 minutes clear of the runner-up, Sandra Mayhofer of Italy. It was the 32nd victory of Karaskova's illustrious Xterra career, and it came on a course where she has always thrived.
Oh, I think the nicest memory will be that always when I was there, I was on the podium. I think I won this race a 5th time, and 1 time I was a 2nd. So this is crazy. This is crazy nice.
Coming up on the next episode, the 2019 Xterra World Tour heads to Mexico and the charming rural town of Tapalpa, where a Canadian couple chases their athletic dreams in the rarefied air of the western Mexican mountains. While an Olympian and local hero returns to the race she has won 5 times. All that and more next time on Xterra Adventures.
Maui Jim sunglasses were born on the beaches of Hawaii, designed to respond to the bright sun and harsh glare of the islands, all while enhancing the view. After 30 years, we're still independently owned, and the free-thinking Hawaiian spirit that first inspired us is still a part of everything we do. Our Polarized Plus 2 lenses not only protect eyes from harmful rays, they also make colors more vivid and contrast crisper. Try on a pair and see for yourself. The view's better from here.